Hello everyone, this is Vox Languages. One of the most asked questions about languages is how much time is actually needed to learn a language. And in this video we're going to be answering this question. We're going to use the FSI data in order to find out how much time you need approximately to learn each language being a native English speaker. The FSI, or Foreign Service Institute, is a United States government agency that provides language training for diplomats and other government workers. And they also created a guide for finding out how much time you need to learn each language. They also divided the languages by their difficulty on 4 different categories. These categories will take into account vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, writing system, idiomatic expressions, dialects, and even more. The first category includes the easiest languages. They are closely related to English and have similar vocabulary and grammar structures. Some of the languages here are Spanish, Swedish, Italian, Norwegian, Dutch, or Afrikaans. This group is a great starting point for language learners since the languages are relatively easy, they have enough content, and share the same alphabet as English. Also, many of these languages are widely spoken, and it is completely worth it to learn, for example, Spanish, which has almost 600 million speakers, knowing that it is an easy language to learn. For achieving professional working proficiency in these languages, it's estimated that you'll need from 24 to 30 weeks of study, or from 600 to 750 hours. The second category includes languages that are moderately difficult to learn. They have some similarities with English, but significant differences in vocabulary and grammar. The languages here are German, Indonesian, Malay, Swahili, and Haitian Creole. These languages keep having the same writing system as English, but the vocabulary can be quite different. However, the grammar of some languages like Indonesian is considered easy, which makes learning the language much faster. The time of study required for these languages is of approximately 36 weeks or 900 hours. The third category includes the hard languages, which have several differences in pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and even cultural differences. There are many languages in this category, some of them being Greek, Icelandic, Estonian, Hungarian, Croatian, Russian, Thai, Vietnamese, Turkish, etc. Some of these languages have a different writing system than English, like many of the Slavic languages, Georgian, Hindi, etc. Also, some of these languages even have tones like Vietnamese and Thai, so that means that this category contains already very hard languages. The study time for this category is of approximately 44 weeks or 1100 hours. And finally, the last category. It includes the super hard languages, the ones that are exceptionally difficult for English speakers. There are 5 languages in this category, which are Cantonese, Mandarin, Japanese, Korean, and Arabic. These are the most difficult languages for English speakers, having big cultural and linguistic differences. All of them have as well different writing systems, and Japanese even has 3 of them: katakana, hiragana, and the kanji. The study time for this category is of 88 weeks or 2200 hours. These are all of the categories. They don't include every language in the world because there are like 7,000 languages, so it's not really possible. They don't have that much information. Also, it doesn't have included constructed languages such as Esperanto from what I've seen. Correct me if I'm wrong though. It's also important to mention that if you don't achieve professional working proficiency in the time written in the FSI data, don't feel disappointed for it. For one person, learning Italian might require 2 years, and for another person 9 months, even with them both being native English speakers. This doesn't take into account things like personal goals with language, the time you have to learn the language, your study method, or your motivation. It's just an approximation. If you really like language, just keep studying it every day, regardless of the difficulty. It doesn't matter how much time you need to reach fluency. What matters is that you actually enjoy the process of learning the language and you feel good about it. This is everything for today. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you learned something new in this video. If so, let me know down in the comments. Also, hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye bye!